budget doesn't limit your freedom, it gives you freedom. A good idea is to have goals in mind, to have a plan, and then track your progress as you go. Now let's talk about budgeting apps. There are a lot of apps out there that are great for budgeting, but 3 in particular have a good track record: EveryDollar, YNAB, and NerdWallet. I'll be honest and say I don't have much experience using budgeting apps, so I brought someone in who does. Addison has a master's degree in personal finance, is a certified financial planner, and an accredited financial counselor. Today he will be chatting with us primarily in his role as a financial counselor. Hi, Addison. Thanks for joining this Zoom call today and for taking the time to share some wisdom with us. So Addison here uses an app called YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. So what has been your experience with YNAB?
Yeah, it's a fantastic app. If you're someone who's new to budgeting or has been doing budgeting for a while and you're familiar with what's called the envelope system, you take out the physical cash, you put it in a physical envelope, and then once that envelope's empty, you don't spend anymore for that category for the rest of the month, right? So I found out very quickly that I did not enjoy going to the bank and getting all that cash out and then feeling like I might be targeted the first of the month.
Give me your money.
YNAB is a great way to turn those envelopes into digital envelopes instead of physical. I'm super excited to have YNAB. I've been using it for over a decade now, and I'll share just a quick little bit here for you.
Okay.
YNAB is a great way to keep track of everything that you need to be, taken care of in a month. So I can see that I paid my mortgage, my HOA, my electricity bill, my phone bill, internet bill for the month. I can see I've got a little extra in utilities this month because they were lower. I can see what my groceries or other things are. Yeah, I've loved it, honestly.
That's fantastic. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start budgeting?
The hardest thing about starting budgeting is that you're very likely living paycheck to paycheck, right? I've been there. I've been at a time in my life where I couldn't afford a gallon of milk for a couple of weeks, and I, was worried about how to pay my rent. I've definitely been there where it's been difficult. And one thing that helped me to break that paycheck to paycheck cycle, I sat down and honestly, if you spend 30 minutes a week on your budget, that's less time than I spend on TV and probably you too. 30 minutes a week is all I'm asking for, right? That's a couple hours a month. If you spend that kind of time a month on your budget, you can be so much more successful than you are now. It feels like you get a 30% raise just by knowing what your money's doing and taking control over it instead of letting your money happen to you. Find out what your monthly expenses are. For example, if I'm just throwing out round numbers, right? If you have a mortgage or apartment rent, that's $1,000 a month. Your groceries are $500 a month. Your gas is $250 a month, and all your other stuff is $250 a month. That's $2,000 a month, right? Add it all up. Your subscriptions, just the stuff you spend money on, or where you want your money to go, and get to a number. If you don't like that number, if it's more than what you make in a month, either make more money or reduce your subscriptions or expenses, right? But if you get a number that's under what you make, and let's say you make $2,500 a month, but your expenses are $2,000. And on paper, you can tell that you can save $500 a month if you can just get out of that paycheck to paycheck cycle. I highly recommend setting aside as much as you can from every paycheck, saving it into a different account that you can't see for a little bit, right? A savings account somewhere else, and building that until you get to that $2,000 mark. Maybe you have $2 saved to your name right now. Build that $2 to $2,000, $50 a week, $100 a week, whatever it takes. Get to where you're at $2,000. I promise it'll be faster than you think if that's your goal and you know that's your goal. That's where you break your paycheck to paycheck living, right? On the very first of the next month, that's your budget. So let's say you get 2 paychecks a month. Right now you're using one to pay bills and the other to pay other stuff, right? You can get rid of all that and you say, all right, the number is 2,000. Once I have 2,000, today is July 30th. On August 1st, I'm going to put $2,000 in my spending account. I know that that's how much I can comfortably spend and live the lifestyle I want. My paychecks are no longer going to that account. They're going to my savings account. And once a month, I give myself $2,000 and that's it. And when the money's gone, it's gone until the next month. You're teaching yourself how to spend within your means. Getting out of that paycheck to paycheck cycle makes a world of difference if you can just get to that spot.
Those are some wise words and a lot of good counsel there. We're hoping to do an interview later on in the future, so stick around for that.
Awesome. Thanks, Jaden.
Okay, thanks, Addison. I have ADHD. I hope you know that. Okay. What was I saying?
Happy smile. He's smiling. Bro's like happy to get robbed, bro.